So, coming back to the sandbox, as you know, the sandbox is our playground. It's a safe space where we experiment with different methodologies or tools, and we test our workshops to get feedback from a live audience. So, please, we do welcome your feedback. As these sessions are not about experts, okay? So, if there's going to be like some glitches, some errors, some craziness, it's all part of the sandbox, okay? It's all about learning, basically. So today we have two amazing hosts, which are Mimp and Chris. Hi, Mimp and Chris again. And Mimp and I, we learned we have lots in common. Lots in common. I will leave Mimp and Chris to introduce themselves. So let's get on with today. Let's see what they have, what magic they have for us, for you. Okay, Chris and Mimp, it's all yours.
Amazing. Thank you so much for having us here today. It's great to see you all. My name is Chris. I am the founder of a little tool that we'll use in a bit called Pickles. I am also an artist, entrepreneur, and just generally love creativity and helping other people cultivate their creativity and use it to build community. So we'll be experimenting a little bit with that today.
Thank you, Chris. Hi, my name is Mimp. I'm, what am I? Oh my gosh, I'm so many things. I'm a community builder. I like bringing people together. I'm also a community engagement coordinator at Future Skills Academy. I call myself also a creative designer and a fun facilitator. I am currently dipping my toes into that world. So thank you, Butter, for having us. Thank you. Chris, what is next?
Yeah, so we are doing today. It was kind of Mimp and I were looking at different events. We knew we wanted to facilitate something together, but we wanted it to be relevant. And so we were looking at holidays and what people celebrate because every day there's some sort of national day. And last week was Flag Day. And so we're like, interesting, Flag Day. Does anyone even celebrate Flag Day? What is this for? Why does this exist? And this got us to dive into a rabbit hole in this area called Vexillology, which was a term that I had never heard before, but apparently this was coined in the 1950s by someone who loved flags. And this is the study, this is the analysis, this is the history, this is everything to do with flags. And so we got curious about this and decided to put this workshop together about flags so we can learn a little bit about flags, where they came from. But this is also going to be about you guys and about creating our own flags, not only ourselves, but also what kind of all-encompassing flag we might create as a human population. And so we'll be diving all into that to give you a little overview. But I wanted to quickly start with some of the history that I found as I was diving in here. So I'm going to share my screen, and then once I find it, here, let me actually. Okay, perfect. So we all checked in. This is a little view of the world. You can see, obviously, there's flags everywhere, but the parts of a flag. Let's just start with the basics. You've got flag staff. The fly is the bottom, and the fly end is the other kind of end. The canton is usually the symbolism. In America, it would be the stars, um, and just like kind of what symbol is on there. And then the field or the ground is usually the colors that are involved in the flag. So a lot of different ways of doing it. Most flags are quadrilaterals, but does anyone know the one country that actually doesn't have a quadrilateral flag? You can you can raise your hand or say it out loud if you want. or put it into the chat. Nepal, exactly. Yeah, you guys got it. It is Nepal. They use 2 triangles on top of each other. So yeah, they are standing uniquely in that. So the oldest flag, I mean, there's lots of traditions, there's lots of examples of flags, but the oldest one that we have is this one made out of bronze coming from 2400 BCE, before Christ. And the only reason that this is the longest surviving one is because it's made out of metal. And I'm sure there are plenty of other ones that have existed before then, but they just didn't survive the test of time because they were made out of fabric or cloth or linen. So obviously flags are important to us. Why did we strap it to our spaceship to put it on the moon? Could have brought a lot of things to the moon, but for some reason, this little piece of fabric was important enough to make the space mission. So flags, they have evolved as well. It's kind of a testament to the growth of a country and what it went through. I was going to have you guys all guess these as well, what the first flag was to the current flag, but I I don't think many people would have been able to even determine what that first flag. Maybe Argentina, because they added that sun in there. But you can see a lot of these, some of them bear some resemblance, some of them bear no resemblance at all. And so it's kind of a way of, as a company might change and update their logo over time, this is almost a way for a country to do the same. Even the pride flag, it started out with this one, and then as kind of things were built into it and added on, it grows and evolves. So they really are these living testaments, but they also serve a large purpose. I mean, I think everyone, especially if you're French, might know this flag. But then if you see something like this waving, you're going to be a little bit unsure about approaching this boat. And then they can also symbolize things. So when all of these flags are flying at half mast, it's to symbolize mourning for an event that might have happened. You also have the flying of upside down flags, which is a sign of distress. This is used especially in maritime situations. If you see a boat flying its flag upside down, they are under distress, there's something going wrong, and they need help. So obviously this wasn't on a boat, this was on some political statement saying that probably America was going in the wrong direction or whatever it may be. But yeah, there's so many different ways that where you fly it, how you fly it, what it means really symbolizes things. And in diving into the history, I mean, flags were in battle, they were usually the first thing that people targeted, the enemy, because they wanted to bring down that flag. They wanted to basically, if the flag fell, the company, the country, the army, they would symbolically fall as well. And if you took over a country or if you took over a city, the first thing you would do would be to put your flag on the wall to symbolize that it was yours. And they can also mean a lot of different things in terms of the colors. So here we have some Tibetan prayer flags. And in this case, blue represents sky, space. White is the air, the wind. Red represents fire. Green actually represents water, which would have thought that would be blue, but they went with green. And then yellow for earth. So that's specifically just Tibetan prayer flags, but we also have more general colors and what they represent when you see them in flags. So a lot of countries will use the red to symbolize the revolution or the fight that they might have had to go through to gain their independence. And then sun, sky, purity, peace. But you can also see that these colors, they mean different things. It's not always just one set in stone thing. So it can certainly mean a lot, but yeah, that's a quick overview that I found about flags, and just to kind of give you a history of their symbolism and use for this.
Thank you, Chris. Can we have a round of applause for that, please? Yay! Thank you. Yay! Ah, we have voice as well. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so next part, we're going to start getting hands-on. If you have a bit of a moment to brainstorm your personal flags, if you have a moment to do a bit of silent and solo and write down, whether it's in the chat or on a post-it note, what are your core values? What gives you joy? Core values could be commitment, it could be honesty, it could be growth, it could be learning, it could be resiliency, curiosity, kindness. What are your core values? You have 4 minutes. It could be a bunch. It doesn't have to be just one. It could be many. You can pick 10 if you'd like. Let us know when you're done. There's like an indication at the bottom of the timer or next to the timer. Hello. Can you give me a thumbs up if you're all done? Yes. Who else needs more time? Give me a hands up if you need more time. Virtually or physically is fine. Okay. Seems like everyone's okay. I'm just gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna be drawing our personal flags. Chris, you're on mute.
Okay, there.
I'm muted. Sorry. Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
now you're good. Yes.
Okay. Sorry. You guys are pros. So we just did a little bit of reflection. You might have your personal values. You might have some symbolism, some objects even. In doing a little bit of the research, there are some countries. The most recent one was actually South Sudan, who created a new flag when they gained independence in 2012. So you might have recent things on there. You might have not so recent things on there. Another kind of notable flag was Mozambique. They actually, in 1990, recreated their flag. They have a cogwheel to represent industry and an AK-47 with a bayonet on the end of it to represent the defense of their country. So if you want to put anything on your flag, you know that, it's wide open. Values, favorite weapons, tools that you use, it doesn't matter. Because this is about you and how you want to really let your flag fly in the world. So to use and create our new flags, I'm going to share my screen again and put a little QR code up there. So you can use your phone if you have that to share it. But in the chat, I am also going to put a link that you can click. If you would rather, if you just have a computer and you just want to stay there, you can certainly click that link as well. And to give you a quick tutorial for those of you who don't know how to use Pickles, once you scan the QR code or you click on the link to get in there, you'll see a little square that looks pretty similar to the square that this person drew right here. That is your little drawing canvas that you can represent and leave whatever you want on there. Now, below that is a little brush size selector. So you can drag it all the way to the left to make it super thin and all the way to the right to make it super thick, or somewhere in between if you wanted to do something else. And then below that are your colors. And you can use whatever colors you want. As you might have remembered from a previous slide, we shared kind of blood, grain, landscape, sea, peace. There's certain colors that reflect certain attributes or certain parts of yourself or of a country. But you can also make this up yourself. If that doesn't resonate with you, you can choose something else. So we are going to take about 5 or so minutes to design our own personal flag. And if you you don't think it's all going to fit in one flag, you can certainly leave more. At any time, you can just hit done and draw again. And all of those new responses, well, you can just leave another response. But you're also welcome to, leave multiple responses with everything that you might want inside of the flag. And then we can kind of piece them all together. So this is just kind of your way of getting all of those values that you just put down to visualize them and have them represented in some way on your own personal flag.
Shall we give people some silent solo time to do some
Yeah,
drawing with this? Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm gonna start
do
the
it, man.
timer. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna draw mine too.
Hello. Do we need more time? Or would you like some more time to do some drawing? Give us a thumbs up or in the chat.
But if it was registered. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Looks like it's the best. Should we give them a bit more time, like 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Maybe?
let's do 2 minutes, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's open the timer again.
Thank you.
No worries. And for those who might want to take this time to do a quick bio break, very, very quick, 2 minutes, please do so.
Thank you. All right. Oh, sorry. There was a glitch there. Sorry. I guess we should go into the breakout rooms now, Chris? Yeah?
Yeah. So we'll be broadcasting. I hope broadcasting all of the flags to your breakout room, so you'll have that ability of talking about what you drew and just I think one-on-one, just describing what it is that came up for you in that, and just kind of explain your flag to your partner.
Okay. Awesome. Yes. You have about 5 minutes in total. So we'll have about 2-3 people in the room. Make sure everyone gets to share. And have fun, everyone.
Cool.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
How was that? Did everyone get a chance to describe their values, their flags, what they had?
We weren't able to see the flag being shared, and was it being shared? No, right? Yeah, so we have to go with our memory of what we drew and describe that.
It should have been in the flashcard, Lee, that you had on the... Yes, it might have been that it was closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to imagine what it looks like.
Sorry, failing forward.
Yeah, sorry about that. But if you were wondering what all of your beautiful flags look like,
Okay.
here is all of them. We can highlight them kind of one after the other. There's some absolute beautiful drawings here. Some people just went with the stoic one colors, but yeah, we've got some dog paws, some light bulbs, suns, and super cool patterns. So yeah, I think it's just super cool seeing what emerged and also seeing what similarities there were between them. Like this kind of whirlpool infinity symbol showed up not only there, but I thought there was another one. Oh yeah, right here. There was another one showing up there. So a few loves as well, rainbows appearing. So cool to see what unique themes emerged just from this personal exercise. And yeah, and so Mimp, did you want to introduce the second exercise?
Of course, yes. All right. So we did a bit of a personal flag design. What if we do a world flag? So we're gonna ideate our core values again, but it's not just about us, it's also about the world. So in your opinion, what do you think the world should have as their core values, especially on a flag? Is it curiosity? Is it openness? Is it learning? Is it courage? Is it being responsible? Is it being kind? What is it to you? You have, let's say, 4 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm going to share my screen again. You can either click on the same link or scan the QR code, or if you still have it up on your phone or device, you just hit done and draw again. And so by hitting those two buttons, you'll just know that you're on the right page when it says create a world flag. So if it still says create your personal flag, just go ahead and hit done and draw again, so that you get to this final this activity that says create a world flag. And I will again put the QR code a little bit bigger up there, and I'm going to throw it into the chat just in case anyone wants. Oh, Mimp beat me to that, but
That's okay.
but yeah, you can click on that or respond again. And this one is, as Mimp said, just about like the community, this global community. What kind of symbolism, what kind of imagery, metaphors do you think need to be in this? Do you want to attract and represent for this global world
It
flag that we're
it
creating?
doesn't have to be an image. It can also you can also use the brush to write down some words if you'd like. We're only currently ideating. We're not drawing the flag yet, just to be very clear. We'll give you a bit of silent and solo time for the next 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, sorry. So should I just stop sharing this, Mimp, or?
I mean, you can keep sharing. It's pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Love it. Hello. Let us know when you're done. Do we need more time? Give us a thumbs up if you need more time. Thank you, Jessica.
I think we have a more of a no, so
Okay, yes. So I guess we can dive into designing our own flags, drawing our own flags. Yes, let's dive into that. Chris?
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like we've already started kind of doing that, Mimp.
yeah.
So,
Yes. So we'll dive deeper into it. Okay.
yeah, I think we skipped over the personal reflection on what the values of the world community should be, and yeah, just kind of dove in here. So
We're just learning by doing. That's fine. Oh, Cheska, what's up? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
We can, I mean, since people started drawing already, maybe we can also just do a share back on how people, like, what are the elements who kind of flipping the activity over? What are the values they think the world flag should reflect?
Or if people want more time to design the world flags, that's also okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sabine. I'm gonna press the timer anyway, just for the sake of timekeeping.
Oh, okay.
taking maybe last finishing touches. And do you want to share in breakout rooms again, or should we share as a group here? Because
I think we need to dive into the reflection because of time.
Yeah.
But look at all the flags we have! Oh my god, they're so nice!
Yeah. It's so cool.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Thank you everyone for joining. This is so nice. Wow.
Yeah. Does anyone want to I see like, wow, if this isn't the same person, then I would yeah, they are on the same wavelength for sure.
No, they're both mine. One was a slightly more updated version.
Okay, we've already got the second iteration. That did not take long to evolve.
That it's supposed to be sort of ideas and growth, and also peace. That's a dove, by the way, and community and people, and kindness, and all subsumed in the heart with the arms wide open. So it's more about all of that and the alignment and togetherness and intentionality of all those pieces.
Wow. Oh my God. I love that, Hope. Thank you so much for sharing. That's beautiful. So cool. Does anyone else want to share theirs? It looks like, I don't know if this one is the second edition of this one, or we have some other people who are kind of experimenting with some of them.
What do you mean by the second edition, like the improved one? No, this first one was mine.
No.
The first one was mine. Not mine. Handshake gone wrong is my version, and the optimized one is by someone else. Thanks for your feedback.
Oh, love these.
Not at all, Sid. That's awesome. The handshake gone wrong. This is beautiful. Yeah, there's some just amazing imagery. Some it seems like the love, the hearts are certainly one that keep coming up and showing up in almost, well, at least half of these. As I mean, I guess that love is just
I'm curious to know what this was reflecting.
Oh yeah.
Share what they were like trying to picture here.
Yeah. What do you think it's picturing?
Well, the heart, of course, it means love, and probably that. So, but I'm not really sure. That's what I wanted to know. So, if whoever drew this would like to share their drawings, please.
Yeah, that was me. So I was thinking that a lot of times what we feel inside. So this is like our digestive system. What we have inside cannot be seen.
We have scientists.
It's kind of like punches others outside, right? So like I think when you feel something, and those little dots of love can actually impact others the way that you might not be able to see it. It's not visible outside, but it does create an impact. So, yeah.
Wow.
I love the biology element. I loved it.
I love it. Yeah.
Punching love into the outside.
Hard love, good love.
Yeah. So cool, Lee. Thank you for sharing that one. Wow, look at these. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, I love these. Oh my gosh. Thank you everyone for participating. I guess there's 1 minute left, so I guess we can start closing. Yeah. Chris, any last words?
I just want to thank you guys all for being such willing, open participants and just diving in here, expressing yourself. I know drawing can be uncomfortable, and then drawing these meaningful symbolisms and what really matters to you, that's even more uncomfortable. So props to all of you guys for just coming with an open heart and being such awesome participants in this. This is really cool to see.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for hosting.
Thank you, Butter, for having us. This is our first time doing this, and we love it so much. Yay.
Yes, guys, before we do the final close, if we'd appreciate it if you can take a moment just to put in what was your main takeaway into the chat. We really appreciate that. It could be one word, it could be a sentence. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Cheska. That would be
No worries.
Yeah. However, we do know it's 1 minute above the time, so if you have to run, that's perfectly fine. But we're here. Oh, I love that. Hope says inspiration, fun. Fun with flags, yeah. Okay, the poll is open. If you don't mind just typing in there, it'll be a record. That'd be nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Additionally, like since this is a sandbox session, we'd also love if you can share a bit of feedback to Mimp and Chris, just in case there's anything that you feel like really worked well for you in this session, and also it could be nice for them to also consider for the next session they're running for Vexillology. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So, if you do have the time, please feel free to stay back and share some of those thoughts. And thank you all for joining. It was so fun seeing the artworks.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
And if you'd like to host the sandbox, feel free to reach out.
Yay! I see most people say fun. That's good. That's good feedback. Yay!
If you don't mind, I would like to share. I think activities like these are easy to follow along, right? And creative activities, and especially because you're limited. I have like clumsy fingers on a little screen. Whatever I do, it will not look perfect. So why bothering about it and just enjoying the creative process? So that all flags kind of have this element of, okay, they're not perfect because it's not possible. So thanks for that, and just fun to participate, especially when people say, "Oh, I'm not creative." Yeah, the prompt is pretty easy to follow along and to create something, and we all did. That's a really nice thing. Just as maybe I just didn't get it, or to consider for next time. I was wondering what the meta purpose of the session for today was. Was there anything in specific? I don't know. Besides just creating and having fun, was there any intention behind it? Probably I just didn't get. Nevertheless, fun session, and glad I joined. Thanks.
I can answer that, or Chris, would you like to answer that? Yeah. It's like we're sort of still experimenting, but to me, it's like gamification plus connecting with other people in a way. So, but also it's not too obvious that it's gamification and connecting with other people. So maybe serves the purpose of what you don't see. Yeah. So that's kind of like, I guess, what we're going for. Chris, do add if you'd like. You're on mute, by the way.
Yeah, I would say similar to Mimp, just kind of like using this visual symbolism to kind of have deeper conversations, exploring yourself, but also being able to express to other people. So maybe more breakout rooms or sharing would have been better to incorporate. And then I guess like in terms of the creation of this world flag, like really, I think we could have digested that more to be like, as a community, like what do we need? It seemed like love showed up, and like that is the glue that kind of holds everything together, not only people, but you could argue the universe. But just kind of like having those ways of approaching those conversations on how humans can come together and what makes us similar instead of just focusing on our differences, which I think a lot of people like to do because that's what makes us unique.
Thanks a lot. Just one last word, if I may. What I'm just trying to say is, yeah, then maybe for next sessions, just using exactly what you just did in the debriefing, so people understand, oh, that was why we did it, and that's what the learning besides the fun and creativity part, right?
Yeah, totally.
We basically have like a reflection bit at the end, but we ran out of time, so I had to cut that out.
Yeah, but thanks for that feedback.
Thanks, Jessica. You have something to say, Jessica?
Yeah, actually, like what Said mentioned was super, I think that's on point in terms of just landing the, it was such a fun session. I feel like with like stretching our creativity, but the landing part, like and synthesizing as a group, would have been super lovely. I feel because everyone already expressed themselves, so just hearing their own thoughts would have also been nice. I just had an idea when you said something, Chris, on like the connection part at the end. I wonder if it might be a nice sort of flip activity on like if another person would interpret another person's flag, if that makes sense, so that it can be a bit of a different interpretation, and then each other can like sort of share their own views, if that makes sense. So it's a bit of another way of connecting.
Love that. Yeah.
Can I just say something before we sister? I love the activity, and you know when Mim mentioned about the gamification, I felt a little bit of it, but not really. So you know when we were doing the dry run, I mentioned it'd be really nice if you let the audience know why you're here. And Chris, going back to you, when you first introduced, right after introducing yourself, you went on to talk about flags. So a lot of people thought the session was running because you know a flag day and you wanted to do an activity related to that. So it would have been very nice if you just linked that. You know, the whole idea is to get together everyone, the community as a whole. So I think because of time, we missed that. In the dry run, we did talk about the feedback that you know at the end we're going to leave 10 minutes. Audience speak about what they did today and then give the feedback. So I think on the whole it was actually a good run. But I think we did go a bit over.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a learning session. Remember, this is where it's not of you being experts, right? You came in with an idea, you explored it, you tried it, and now when you do something similar, you take away this feedback.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Super helpful.
Yay,
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Is there anybody else who would like to share? Because if you have to run, feel free. Otherwise, we can take one more feedback and then that's it for the day.
Thank you. Thanks,
I just want to
guys.
say thank you. That was wonderful.